You didn't see a problem here? Well, I sure do. Not only are we missing passing lamps, but we're still rocking the factory crappy headlight. Today we're gonna fix that. Yeah, guys, you know what's up. Brand new Silvertooth LED lighting from Hogworkz. This lighting package really needs no introduction. You can tell just by looking at them that these things mean business. These are the brand new Silvertooth passing lamps from Hogworkz, all high performance LED. Center stage here we have the Silvertooth headlight. And to cap it all off, we're going to top these things with Halo maker turn signals front and rear. Now, if you're wondering to yourself, Silvertooth, what does that mean something? Well, yeah, because this lighting setup has a cousin called the Gold Tooth. Take a look right up here at the difference. I mean, honestly, same awesome outputting light, all in the difference on what you want for your ride. Speaking of ride, today we are working on a 2018 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special 107, and this is the 115th year anniversary, if you can't tell by the matte denim paint job. And this one just happens to be part of a very limited production run of this particular bike, 1448 out of 1900. So if you caught it not long ago, I added a passing lamp kit to this bike in anticipation of this job here today. If you're not familiar, most street glides do not come factory with the passing lamp setup. So opted to add a factory OE Harley Davidson front passing lamp kit. Comes with the wiring, the harness, the buttons, everything you need minus the lamps. If you're interested in checking out that video to do this same thing to your bike, check it out up here or in the link down in the description. But let's get to doing some lights. Now, bear in mind, guys, since this is a brand new kit and this bike did not have passing lamps before, you're gonna miss a little bit of a step if you are replacing these lamps on a bike that already has them. So, naturally, you're gonna have to take out the old ones and then replace with the new Silvertooths. But bear with me here. We're just doing this from the ground up. I might as well get things started with the one light that is in here. Really, all you're gonna need for this is a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. Before we do this, I strongly suggest cover your painted parts, please. It takes seconds to do this, and you'll be so glad you did if you drop something. So pull out this one Phillips head screw down here at the bottom of the headlight bezel. Remove it completely. Take this whole bezel, quarter turn. That releases these little locking tabs in here. Now that exposes everything we got to take apart in here. Now, since the Silvertooth comes with a new complete bracket already mounted onto it, we're going to remove all of the factory stuff out of the fairing. So excuse my faux pas, you're going to need a little bit more than a Phillips head. We need to remove these 4 Torx fasteners to remove this entire thing out of the bike. Grab yourself a T25 and remove the 4 Torx screws here around the entire bezel. Once this is out, super easy. We just unplug it. Now this is going to look a little bit different because there are LED bulbs inside of here. That's what all this crap is. You would normally just see the back of a regular halogen bulb. So take this for what it's worth. Tried to upgrade in the past, but now we're really upgrading. So we'll go back here to the factory connectors and just remove them. And that's that. Now you guys see in here, because the original headlight had a high and a low beam, there's another little adapter harness here, but it goes up into a regular connector here. This is the one that we want to get to. Reach up in here, simply unplug this guy. This is the one that we're going to need. Now, you guys saw that plug that we just took apart in the fairing. Well, you may notice the plug on the back of the Silvertooth does not match that. Don't fret, this is on purpose. That is to make this light go in pretty much every bike, regardless of the year. This plug is what you would use for pre-2014 and 14 and newer. They have this little adapter dongle harness thing to go from the pre-14 to the 14 and newer connector like we have on this 2018 Street Glide. To make this fly, all we do is simply put this harness together that's supplied in the kit by Hogworkz, and now we have the correct factory plug. Now, once you're at this point and you are out with the old, ready to go in with the new, well, almost. This fancy bracket that it's already mounted to in the box, we need to take this off simply to give us access to those torque screws to put this thing back together. Take a 4mm hex drive here and remove these 3 screws around the bezel that retain into the springs. Cool. Take this guy off, set it off to the side. We'll leave it be like that for now. Before we install this, a big thing to take note of is clocking it, what orientation this goes on. Well, not only do we have to make the holes line up for the torque screws, but this tab right here is where that screw goes in that's responsible for holding the beauty ring on the outside of the headlight. Make sure this is pointing down at 6 o'clock. We'll put this guy up here in the correct orientation. Line up all the original hardware that we took out of the factory one. Simply reinstall. Now that that is in there, secure, tightened up, ready to roll, we can install the light and all the rest of the hardware. So we'll put these springs in here just to get ready to accept these long bolts that we took out before. Now, in case you're unfamiliar and you're new to this, these springs and this weird bezel setup, all this does is allows you to aim the headlight so you can get it exactly where you want it to be. You know, whether you need to tilt up or down, left, right, whatever you need to do. These springs keep tension on the fasteners and keep this thing secure inside the headlight bucket, but still allow you to move it a couple degrees here and there. But before we do this, it's pretty important to plug this thing in, or else we're not going to get very far. Right into the factory harness, push till it snaps, we're in, ready to go. Tuck your wiring up out of the way. Be sure that you have these springs in here because you're not going to get very far without them. Hold everything up to about where it's going to go and fish these screws through one at a time. Once we get the top one started just to hold the weight, these ones should go a little bit better. Nice. Well, now that the headlight's in here and hooked up, there's nothing keeping us from doing a function test. Heads up. Oh my God, jeez. Holy crap. Does that even show up on the camera? Good night. Is that thing bright? Holy cow. I cannot wait until we get the other two in there. This thing's going to be like a freaking freight train going down the road. When it comes to the passing lamps, these are much like the headlight. You see here, there is an adapter, a plug. This guy is for pre and post 2005. So if you have an 04 or older, you're going to need this little breakout plug so you can wire in to the existing stuff in your bike. If you have an 05 or newer, disregard this because this plug is what you need to go in there. So we'll start by installing the positioning ring with the tab facing towards the bucket over the light, and then simply plug it in. Now, since it's LED, it is polarity sensitive. Make sure the black wire on your bike harness and the black wire on your new Silvertooth line up. That's it. Slip this ring back up here where it's supposed to go with the notch indexing in the bottom of the housing. And then we'll simply tuck our wiring up in here. Like a glove. Oh yeah, there we go. That thing can be a little bit of a bear, but stick around for the fight. It's worth it. Screw back in for the retaining ring. Strongly suggest putting the screw in from the outside so you can actually get a screwdriver on it. That thing ain't going nowhere. Brilliant. Same thing over there. Remember wiring black to black. Shove all that crap up in there. Perfect. That's it for install for the passing lamps and the headlight. I mean, you guys saw it. If I wasn't talking so much, you could literally do this in 10 minutes or less. But time for the big reveal. Oh, man. I can't even tell because you can't see it. Man, let me show you from this way. Now, here we are with nothing. That's your regular low beam, high beam, and then passing lamps. It is unreal how freaking bright these things are. Sweet. So now the hard part is done. We're going to throw in these turn signals like real quick. I promise you, real quick. And then this thing is going to be laid out. All right, guys, for these LED halo maker turn signals, the only thing you're going to need to do this, flathead screwdriver. This is so ridiculously easy. The only work that's really involved with this is some homework up front to make sure that you need an 1156 or an 1157 bulb. An easy way to know this, yank your original bulb out of it. If it has one filament, it's an 1156. If it has two filaments, it's an 1157, meaning it's a running and a turn signal. In this case, because there's no like tail light, the rear turn signals are tail, marker, brake, turn, everything. So the fronts and the rears are both 1157s. We're putting halo makers all the way around. Take you a flathead screwdriver, pry out the lens, push the bulb in, quarter turn to the left. That's it. To install the halo makers, this is the exact same setup. So we have the base of an 1157 bulb. It is now just wired into a fancy halo LED. Just press this into the socket, quarter turn to the right until it locks. Give that a little twisty poo to make sure the wires in there are nice. Push that guy in the housing and then finish it off with the supplied cover cap. Install the whole thing just like that. Here, I'll do this one in real time just so you can see how simple and fast it is. That's it. What, 10 seconds maybe? Now that's done, we'll do the exact same thing for the rear turn signals. I'll just pop these lenses off. Where's the thing at? Who put these on? I know it wasn't me. Right. Quarter turn, quarter turn. The rear, we opted for the smoked lens. Good look, eh? Same exact procedure. Push, quarter turn to the right. Give it a little twist to take up the slack in the wire. Put your screwdriver notch down. It's 6 o'clock. And then there's that. Same exact thing over here. Give it a little twist. Notch all the way down. And then, man, I love how easy that is. So let's start up here on the front with the whole package. Contact. Man, is this thing sharp. For as much as I'm not a big street glide person, whew, this is nice. Man, I really, really like this setup. Those are some seriously good looking lights. And for the rear, awesome. Turnage. Four ways. Man, do these things look good. And brake. Nice. Dude, that looks so awesome with this fender accent. They just all match now. Like, it looks like it's supposed to be there. Well, guys, that about wraps up this project. And I gotta say, I am completely thrilled with these things. I mean, just look at it. Not only are they just far superior LED lights, but look at the styling. These things look like they belong on some kind of Baja machine. I mean, they just completely changed the front end of this bike. And if you ride, I don't need to tell you, being able to see and be seen is probably and arguably the most important thing about a motorcycle. And with these things, being able to see is no longer an issue. I can promise you that. You guys saw how simple this project was. I mean, if it wasn't for me over here gabbing, this entire thing would maybe take you 15 minutes. There's nothing to it. Thanks to Hogworkz. They have everything you need in the kit. The hardware, the wiring, the harnesses, everything you need, regardless of year of your bike. It's in the kit. It's ready to go. It's practically just plug and play right out of the box. If you guys are interested in doing this upgrade for your bike, please do. Check out the links down in the description. Head on over to Hogworkz and check out what kind of stuff they have for your bike, because this is just the start. I'm telling you, man, great stuff. We'll see you next time.